Let's start the show. Let's start the show. Let's start the show. Let's start the show.
So, it's that day, isn't it? Excuse me. Picture of health and vitality over here. It's that day. It's that Tuesday. Tuesdays, as you and I have discussed in the past, they're no effing fun, are they? Tuesdays are that one day of the week where you're right there in the middle, stranded. You don't gird up your loins waiting for a giant weekend full of suck the way you often do when you're going in on a Monday. And you don't have that sense of triumph, of victory, of having made it over the hump that you get on a Wednesday. And Tuesdays are that day of the week where the week just seems interminable. And as if that wasn't bad enough for you, if dealing with your average workaday Tuesday wasn't a pain in the stones enough, it's that Tuesday after an extended holiday. Now, I don't know if you did that whole thing like a lot of people in this office did. Like Funkhauser did. Took 2 weeks off. Glorious 2-week vacation, which is fantastic. I didn't. I took a couple days off. I took New Year's Day off, and I took Christmas Day and the day after it off. And the rest of it was, besides not being on here, business as usual with the other radio stations I work for. But I still felt like I was on vacation because there was nobody here. And when I say nobody, I mean nobody that was technically my boss was in the building. And it just feels like you're letting freedom ring, which is a weird thing, isn't it? How's your relationship with your boss? I love my boss. My boss is cool as hell. One of my favorite bosses I've ever had in my entire life. Got no complaints. Love spending time with my boss when I get a chance to. But that doesn't change the fact that I don't think I really want a boss, and I don't think anybody really wants a boss. And when they're out on vacation, it just feels like, let freedom ring. It could be Caligula meets Sodom and Gomorrah up in here, and nobody would know. I can just F up for 2 straight weeks while everybody else is taking their vacation. And for that reason, even if you didn't take a long vacation, still kind of felt like some time off for you, didn't it? And coming back in the new year after that holiday, when there's so much to be caught up on, and your boss is breathing down your neck about all the things that you've got to catch up on and all that, it's exhausting. I look at those Snoopy tweets and Instagrams every once in a while. Snoopy makes me happy. No two ways about it. Charles Schultz, Peanuts, Snoopy, one of the few great untainted pieces of our childhood that exists out there. Never got accused of being a neo-Nazi or having his head cryogenically frozen or anything of that nature. Was never caught molesting kids like that Elmo guy. No, Snoopy remains pure, untainted, and, well, just seeing a picture can make me happier. But even Snoopy on the Snoopygram or Instagram or whatever the hell it is that he puts pictures on. Well, I say he. I don't think it's actually Snoopy putting pictures on Instagram. I mean, he's got paws. How would he do that? But even the Snoopy picture was him going, oh, God, really? Okay, back at it. Blech. Like even that well had run dry in terms of things that are going to make you feel good and help you deal with the pain of going back to work and joining the workforce at the beginning of the new year. And it's so easy to get caught up and lose sight of everything that's important to you and the goals you set for yourself right around the first of the year. I've got a way around that, and I'll share it with you next.
iHeartRadio goes one-on-one with Jimmy Page.
Starting from here, my head is where I feel numb. From the front of my neck to the base of my skull, taking it back by the way my mind is working. Like that, my emotion, my control is always shaking. So no, it'll be nothing at all. My mind is like an empty hole. I want to be calm.
I'll be playing in a
The greatest artists of all.
Hey, you, what's that sound? Coming so loud from your radio dial. AD, be getting down when you're rocking the jams. Here I am, going back once again. I'm ruling all city like the king I am. A master.
So, if you're just joining us, we're talking about the fact that not only is it Tuesday, that day of the week where everything seems so interminable, like there's absolutely no end in sight and there never will be, and you're just going to be stuck in that office chair all week long. And God, the weekend never seems further off than it does on a Tuesday for some reason. Supersedes Monday in terms of being a giant bag of suck. I think because you don't prepare yourself for a Tuesday the same way. You don't go, oh God, okay, the way you do on a Monday. You just walk in and unsuspectingly get ambushed, bushwhacked by a Tuesday, and it's no fun whatsoever. But as if that weren't bad enough, today happens to be a Tuesday that's after the long holiday weekend, or the long holiday week, or weeks even. If you're like me, then anybody that could have been called your boss has been out for like 2.5 weeks. It's been great. I took like 3 days off, like 2 at Christmas and 1 at New Year's, and the rest of the time just felt like it was a day off because, like I said, I love my boss. My boss is cool as hell. One of the best working relationships I've ever been privileged enough to have. But it doesn't mean I ever want a boss. So it feels like freedom can ring. It feels like I could be a mixture of Caligula and Sodom and Gomorrah in my office and no one would know. And it's not like I choose to be, but it's nice to have the option. So this Tuesday back is a little rougher than most Tuesdays. And if you're just joining us, I was saying, a great place to go to get a little bit of motivation, to get a little pep in your step, to get a little bit of cheer on is I love Snoopy. There's no two ways about it. I like going to Snoopygrams. I follow Snoopy on Twitter, and the stuff that Snoopy tweets out, I mean, obviously, it's not really Snoopy. He couldn't be tweeting them out. He's a dog and has paws without the benefit of opposable thumbs necessary to tweet. But always makes me smile. I watched a whole bunch of Snoopy specials over the holidays. My sister gave me pretty much every single one on DVD, which was awesome. But it reaffirmed something to me. Besides the fact that Snoopy and Schultz and Peanuts are pure and great and untainted and a piece of our childhood that hasn't been marred by scandal or awfulness somewhere along the line. I mean, the whole MetLife insurance thing. No, I still smile when I see a MetLife insurance commercial. But the thing about Snoopy, Peanuts, and Charlie Brown is that I don't ever really remember laughing at too many of the comic strips. But just the sight of them, they're so emotive, they're so expressive. Snoopy's Happy Dance, it truly is that. It's a dance of happiness. And if you can look at a picture of Snoopy doing his happy dance and remain unmoved, if the corners of your mouth don't turn up in a slight smile, then good luck on your life without a soul. But even Snoopy let us down yesterday. The picture was of something like him going back to work being like, okay, this is going to suck, but let's get to it. Back at work. Yeah. So it's rugged and it's rough. And it's not just from a workload perspective that it's rugged and rough. If you're like a lot of people, you might have made certain decisions about upgrades you wanted to make in your life in the new year. Some people call them resolutions. Some people call them, oh, God, I got to make a change. This sucked. Yesterday was the biggest day for online dating for 2 reasons. Yesterday was the biggest day for online dating for 2 reasons. A couple of people were remarking to me, they're like, gosh, Twitter's dead. I was like, well, everybody's on Match.com and Tinder. Because one of 2 things happened to people over the holidays. One, they finally got through the new year, which meant they were okay to bail on their current relationship. If you don't do the turkey drop, If you don't jettison a lousy relationship before Thanksgiving, well then, morally, legally, and societally, you're obligated to stick with it through the new year. Got to do the turkey drop. Got to get rid of whatever is holding you down before Thanksgiving. Otherwise, you're stuck with it for the next couple of months. But those who did not do the turkey drop got to January 1st and went, okay, terrific. That's it for me. Goodbye, dead weight. Oh, now I can finally find somebody who loves me. Let's log into Match.com. Or people spent the holidays alone, desperately, desperately alone, and thought, this time next year, I'll be with somebody who loves me. Hello, Match.com. And so people are all logged into that. That's the biggest thing, digitally speaking, this week. And so people have goals, resolutions, resolve, things they want to change, things they want to be different in their lives by this time next year. And man, that bump, that shock of going back to work, there's nothing that's going to kill your resolution, that's going to kill your resolve, that's going to kill your desire to live life more than coming back to work after having not had a boss while they've been sunning themselves in Tahiti for the last 2 weeks. You at least experience sweet, sweet freedom around the workplace to drink company coffee and surf porn on company servers, and it's been great. But that boss is back, they're breathing down your neck, and everything just went to hell. And all your good intentions of getting your relationship life sorted out, cleaning up your house, cleaning up your desk, cleaning up your physicality, breathing better, standing up straighter, doing sit-ups. I'm going to do a couple crunches, bang a couple crunches out in the corner of my office when I get a little break here and there. That's the way I'm going to fit exercise in. It'll just be little things. I'll set the game up so I can win. Even those little things, even that 2 or 3 crunches you're planning on doing in the corner of the office when you get a break here and there, that just gets kicked in the ass by the onslaught of real life returning, doesn't it? It's rough. However, I want you to think about why you make those determinations, why you make those resolutions. I mean, yeah, I should be healthy. I should work on not dying, as the guy across the hall from me says every time I offer him a cupcake or something like that. I was like, hey, cupcakes in the break room. He's like, nah, sorry, can't. Got to work on not dying. Had my biometric screening. About to die. No cupcake for me, thanks. The motivation. Maybe it's to not die. Maybe it's to, I don't know, make a change in the way you see the world. The connection between the motivation, the why you're doing something, and the actual doing it, when work comes rumbling back, that connection tends to go away. You just think, sit-ups in the corner of my office, that's going to suck. I don't know. No. Remember how miserable you felt about the, as my uncle calls them, Dunlops? It Dunlops over your belt. Remember how miserable you felt? Remember how horrendous you felt about being alone, or worse, being in a lousy relationship that you're just sticking through? All the little improvements, all the changes that you want to make in your life. Think about the why. And don't get caught up working for the man. It's your life. Take it by the reins. Take it by the balls. Do with it what you must. And remember, Mark Twain once said, the secret of getting ahead is getting started. So as tough as it seems on a Tuesday after the long holiday 2-week break where your boss was sunning themselves in Tahiti and now they're back and cracking the whip, don't let that dissuade you from doing the things that are right for you and for the people that matter the most to you. Get started. The secret of getting ahead is getting started.